Hi guys, it's Nancy here and I'm back with another praises video. I want to apologise for my voice being a little bit funky again. I don't seem to have got rid of this cold completely. It seems to kind of just be hanging around, so yeah, I apologise for my voice. So I am back with my April Hey Little Magpie blog post, and I am using the Heidi Swapp Magnolia Jane collection. It's been a while since Heidi Swapp has brought out a paper collection. I mean, she's been much more about the light boxes and like planners and things like that. And I have always liked her paper collections. I really liked her Wanderlust one. So I have taken some bits. You can see I've shown you some flowers that I've cut out from one of the pieces of paper there. I've also used my silhouette to die cut some other bits and pieces. I bought the tag pack that came as part of the collection, and they are all foiled tags, and the really fab thing is that you get a sheet of different colour hole reinforcers, so you can get it to match your papers quite well. I also have a pack of the smaller, older Instax frames. They are part of an older collection, so I've grabbed them to use. So now I'm going to add some texture to my background, and this background paper is from the collection. This is an old Adirondack, or however you say it, paint, and the dauber bit had dried up. So I'm just then using a paintbrush to just paint through the stencil. This is one of my favourite stencils. It's just a small polka dot. And using the paint, it does kind of splurge through a little bit, but I'm kind of happy how it looks. So I'm going to build up some texture in the background. These papers all have a bit of a vintage feel to them. So I am going to keep my colours quite muted when I'm doing this. So I'm going to be using some mists, and I'm also going to be using some inks as well. This collection also comes with a couple of stamp sets. So I'm going to be using one of the stamp sets as well to add some stamping to the background. As you'll know, if you've watched my previous videos, I'm trying to get back to like my older days of you know, creating my background textures and things like that, because I was looking through old albums and I like that look, so I'm not really sure why I stopped doing it as much. So yeah, it's quite exciting. So I'm just cutting these photos down here. I cut these out on my Canon Selfie. Printed them out on my Canon Selfie. And I'm just trimming these down to fit in the frame. These are a couple of pictures of my boyfriend from when we went out for Valentine's Day. So these are nice because they are a glittered frame. So I'm using the gold and the white one, which are going to tone quite well with the collection. And I'm just using my wet glue to stick those down. So, like I said, I'm using the tags as the basis for my layouts, for all 3 layouts I made for a blog post, because I really like them. As you can see here, these are the different colours that you can get for the top bits. I think it's really cool because you can coordinate it to your background papers and other bits of your layout. So I really like that. I'm going to add a little bit of mist on those, just so they tie in. So I'm now pulling out some mist, distress inks and stuff. So these are ones that I've had around for a very, very long time. This is it a Vicky Borden? I don't know. The new American Crafts kind of mixed media stuff that's out. This is one of her stencil sets. As I've got back into stenciling, I thought it was something I'd treat myself to. I like to use inks in my stencils, as I've said before. I don't mind using medium, but I do prefer a stencil. So I'm going to be using this stamp set. I'm going to just be using some Memento London Fog ink. It's a nice grey, and it's just going to make a nice tone. So I'm using a variety of the stamps that say love, I think my love, there's an arrow, and then there's a single floral as well. And if you've seen my past videos and stuff as well, I just dot these around randomly. As you'll know, half of these get covered up anyway. But I like to build texture on top of pattern paper. Recently, when I was away at the Go-Go Getaway, doing my first teaching for them, which is fabulous. I'm going to put a video up about that experience as well. I really struggled because a lot of the classes were using cardstock as a basis, and that's just not natural for me. I love my pattern paper, so it was a little bit of a struggle, but yeah, I'm really loving pretty paper as as my backgrounds. So just add some more mist, some more colours and bits on top of it, knowing that roughly that's going to sit there fine. Like I said, I just really wanted to create a really cool sort of vintagey background, but not with lots of texture. Using the paint on here is, enough texture for me. I'm not looking for loads of mixed media stuff. It's just not my bag. So I'm happy with how that is. I'm going to add a little bit more mist, because you can never have too much mist. And of course, as the mist dries, it sinks into the paper a little bit, so it may not be as intense as it was when I first put it down. So I'm kind of happy with how things are looking. I did just cut a bit out where I left it to dry, and now I'm going to start to actually build my clusters up. So I was planning about, with this bottom cluster, I did what I do quite a lot at the moment. I pick a piece of paper out of a collection, and then I fill the whole of my silhouette 12 by 12 canvas with cut files, and then cut them all out. So that's what I did here. Had a mixture of pieces, just lots of bits that I can use as elements really, and I went for kind of more of a sort of vintagey kind of theme, because the papers were kind of quite tonal, and I really liked how it looked. So I'm just playing about with my layers here before I start sticking things down. I've cut out lots of these little floral pieces, excuse me, which are great for kind of building up branches and things. I just think it's a nice little embellishment cluster to add. Also from the collection, I had the acetate words. Acetate words are something I struggled with a lot in the past. Many of you, if you've been on my channel for a while, will remember the Life die cut. But I quite like these in the gold, and there's a kind of quite an assortment of words. So I decided to use the two that say "Hello Gorgeous," which I'm sure my boyfriend will love. So I am just going to start sticking down all these layers, and getting it stuck down, and then my ATG runs out of tape, so rather than stop to refill it, because we all know what a palaver that can be, I'm just going to use my wet glue for the rest of the layout. So I'm just lifting up the layers and sticking a little bit of glue down just to make sure everything is secure. This is another reason why I don't necessarily like adding lots of texture to a piece, because it can make things more difficult to glue down on anything for a simple life. So I'm just playing around here, getting that feather and things sucked down. And that's quite a tribal looking feather, but on here, and in the more muted papers, it doesn't necessarily read as tribal. Sorry guys, I keep having breaks and trying to have a drink, but I don't think it's necessarily helping. So here I am, just starting to build up these layers, and I tried to be very good and not pull anything from my stash. I tried to just use elements from the collection and the silhouette die cuts. I'm trying to kind of cut or make my own embellishments from the collection, so often there's pieces of paper that you can, turn into embellishments, like the floral piece. So there may have been an acetate layer on top of this, a covering. I couldn't get it off, so I was like, I'm just going to stick it down. life's too short to sit there with fake nails trying to peel off a piece of plastic that may or may not be there. So I'm just going to finish twiddling about here, sticking a few bits and pieces down. So I really love how this looks. I'm going to add a few more little bits of mist, and then I'm going to mount the whole layout up on a paler piece of paper, which really makes all those white layers pop as well. So I really like how this layout turned out. I hope you do too. Do go and check out the blog post. You'll see that listed down below in the comments box. I'm going to finish off with a few Nuvo drops, just to add some little spangly elements to it. Nuvo drops, I know they're like kind of quite a big thing at the moment, and I do really like them, especially just for the enamel dot elements of it. So that is my layout. So I want to thank you very much, guys, for watching, and I will be back hopefully with a better sounding voice later this week. I'm going to put off doing my voiceover for my next video by a day, and hopefully this will be gone. Oh, I didn't mention this, that I just cut out a little heart in order to do my Nuvo drops around to create a little heart embellishment. You can see my bright orange hair there. So yeah, that is that. So hopefully I'll be feeling a bit better in a couple of days, and my voiceover will sound better. So thank you very much, guys. Do go and check out the blog post, and I will speak to you all again very, very soon. Thanks, guys. Bye.